This is my second time recording because I leaked my friend's phone number on accident. But welcome back to the channel, guys. Wow, it's been a while since we've talked, honestly. Um, it's about to be the end of 2025, which is crazy to think about. Let's see today. Yeah, we have about less than 11 days, or no, less than 12. Wow, brain is not braining 11 days. And I like doing these end of the year kind of goals and reflections, my reflections for the year, and my new goals set for 2026. And a lot has happened within such a short amount of time frame. So let's go over this year, and then I will tell you about what my plans are for 2026 and what my goals are, honestly. And my goals are a lot more ambitious, I think, from last year, a lot bigger, a lot more mind blowing, if that makes sense. Pause. And so let's see. And also, life update. Apartment's a bit messy right now, but I moved into a new apartment. Finally moved out at the age of 19, and so let's get into it. So let's see. At the start of 2025, I haven't updated this much thinking about it. Wow. But at the start of 2025, or around the end of 2024, I was able to break this amount of money, right? And then after that, I did a 5K month in the month of February, finally. And then I started working for AMP now. And now I moved out around November 7th, 2025 to ATL, the big A, they say. And this is not what it looks like, but this is what it really looked like. Shout out to Churro, my new roommate. He flew all the way from Cali to I don't know, he wanted to move out too. So, this is the entrepreneur editor house, you could say. So yeah, and life's been great. Within 1 year, I was able to go from like 3K to 5K a month, and I can't say it's a weird thing. Like, I could do more money now, but there's a reason why I'm choosing not to make more money. It's like taking a step back to take two steps forward. But we'll get to that point once I get there. Within a year, I was able to make 5K a month consistently, and then work for AMP, and then move out to Atlanta, and then also even before this, I was able to travel to. Hold on, let me pull my Instagram up. I was able to travel to Bali in 2025. Great experience. Shout out to Guillermo, and shout out to Artem, and shout out to Oscar. Great time. I wish I had a bunch. I didn't post that much for this, but there's a lot of stuff from it. And then I was able to go to Japan too. Great time in Japan. I think, did I go to Portugal? Oh, I went to Portugal this year too. Wow, I traveled this felt so. Bro, wow. So I went to Portugal in 2020 in January. Shout out to Eros, Guillermo, Artem, Oscar, Krill, and who else was there? I forgot. Joel, Endo. Yeah. Shout out to Endo. Yeah. And then I went to Bali. I don't even know what the date was. April 3rd, because I remember Guillermo was like, "Oh, I'm going to go to Bali." And I was like, "Yo, you're low-key tempting me. I should go too." And so I went too. And this was in the middle of me doing some work for AMP, but it wasn't public yet just because NDAs and whatever or not. And then I went to Japan right after Bali. And then Japan was great, by the way. I'm more of a fan of Osaka rather than Tokyo. So yeah. Anyways, and that's when I met Churro, now my new roommate, for the first time. Shout out to Churro. Dang, he looked really lean in this picture. Pause. Anyways, and then went to Korea too. I forgot. I went to Korea, and I did a couple side projects too. I worked for my friend's startup to do content for them, actually making content and helping them film and record. And I think that really kind of helped me lead up to what my new goal is now. Startup failed, no. The startup failed, to be fair. But I realized that it was, at the moment, I had an idea of wanting to do an agency. But I was like, so I want to do an agency. So then I was like, okay, this is a shiny object syndrome I'm having right now, so I'm going to piece y'all. And then the startup failed. That's not saying that it was correlation with me. Also, I went to Texas too. Shout out to I got to finally meet these two little jits. Garfield. I've known Garfield for almost like 3 years now over the internet, which is crazy. Saw Krill again, Eros, and this new guy. Bro, I forgot his name for a second. Carter. Why did I forget bro's name? Carter's a G. Absolute chat. Oh, and I met Hayden. Hayden's a super cool dude. Basketball game. Shout out to Danny and Igor and Churro was there too. Shot some guns, you know. And yeah, this is all in the span of 1 year, which is it's so crazy to think about. Finally dropped like a editing reel for AMP. You know, like did a lot of work for AMP, a lot of videos. I've got I think I haven't even added the new videos that have been posted recently. I think two more videos or one or two videos have been posted. Let's see. Is there a new video? Let's see. Okay, I think I haven't put these two videos, but I worked on these two videos. I've accumulated over 30 million views. I think I've technically accumulated 29 million views. Okay, yeah, this is the total. So, yeah, I've accumulated over 30 million views. I worked on how many AMP videos? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow, I've worked on 11 AMP videos public right now, so that's crazy to think about. Very blessed to be in this position to do that. So yeah, I was able to drop the show reel. I did a little bit of content on myself, just like kind of playing around. This was during that startup phase. Like I was just playing around with like doing content and yada yada yada. And so where does that bring us now? I think this year I learned a lot. I learned a lot about perspective. I learned a lot about how to live a balanced life in a weird sense. Like I know work-life balance is so weird, but in the sense that I made the most progress in my business and making money by being more chillaxed in the sense of mentally healthy. So like just working out more, which is I know pretty like obvious. What are you doing, Brandon? But like working out more, talking to friends more, being social more, like hanging out more, just because like I was in this weird like you gotta hit 10K per month or your whole family dies type of mindset, which works to a certain extent because I understand you need to have urgency. You can't just sit around and be like, oh, I'll eventually hit my goals. You know, you have to have urgency with your goals, which I understand. But I was such in a negative mental state where it was so bad where I literally felt depressed because I didn't hit 10K a month. And I'm not, and like that's not to say like it was just like I would be depressed and I'd like I was thinking my life had no value. And that's not a great mindset to be on, to be honest. So I learned that like just being more patient and just trusting in the Lord that He will do things for you and you just have to wait on His timing. And there's a reason behind His timing, you know, like, and it's kind of ironic how I'm kind of in another. I had my fun. I feel like this year was like a fun year in the sense of like I was able to reap the seed I sowed 2 years ago. You know, I was able to reap it, finally being able to move out, making decent money, not 6 figures yet, and hopefully multi-6 figures and multi-6 figures per month in the future. But, you know, I'm so grateful in the position I am to be in. But it just, from the last year, I feel like I'm at the start of last year, if that makes sense. Last year was not a terrible year in the sense that like I made terrible growth, but it was like meant like it hurt me a lot last year. Last year I learned so much, I built my character so much last year because I went through so much battles mentally and like becoming the person I am now. So it's like I feel like I'm going through another season of I have these bigger goals now that are going through another moment of like kind of another moment of hardships again. It's going to be another very rocky road of hardships. and working hard and putting your head down for a while. And which is like, I'm just gonna be like, okay, but this is what is required to get to that point. So let me show you my new goals for 2025. I have it on my whiteboard right here. So yeah, the new goal is within a year or at the end of this apartment lease, which is kind of funny, is to have 1 million subscribers. Yes, I know, very ambitious. My original goal was 100K subscribers, and I sat down and I was like, bro, this is so like baby, like let me be more ambitious. Let me strive for more. Let me go bigger. And so that's the new goal, 1 million subs within 1 year. Honestly, I don't even know what I'm doing. Even I know glaze me. I'm an AMP editor. I'm goated at YouTube. I know how to edit. I know at least how to edit good videos. But I was like, bro, how do I even get good ideas? That's my big skill gap that I'm trying to learn right now, is like creating good ideas and even creating good thumbnails. But besides the point, I want to go big. I want to go large. Pause. And this is a mental battle I think I've been fighting a lot. And I'll be frank with you, I haven't hit 10K per month. This is like legendary number that every entrepreneur and editor wants to hit, right? I personally haven't. I am in a position right now where I could technically do 10K per month. And you could be like, all right, Brandon, you're just capping. Okay, believe it or not, I don't care. Like, I can hit 10K per month, but I would not be able to have time to spend on YouTube, which is the issue, right? And it's like this weird mental battle. It's where like, okay, maybe for 1 month, I'll just lock in and hit 10K per month to say I hit 10K per month. But then what am I going to do after? I'm going to just start YouTube, what I was originally the plan and the goal. So I'm just going to start YouTube. And so right now I'm kind of swallowing my ego and my pride to not hit 10K per month. Like my big friend Era says, okay, not big, not in that sense, pause. But in the sense of like, you got to take a step back to take 2 steps forward. This is another moment of humility, chilling, take a step back and take 2 steps forward. And I have a friend. I'm not gonna name drop my friend, but I have a friend. If you're that friend, you're watching this, you know who you are. And I'm using you as an example because I really admire the type of person you are. Pause. Glaze. I have a friend. He quit editing at 5K a month to do YouTube, right? And it's like he had no ego of like, oh, I want to hit 10K per month or all this stuff. Like, he wanted to hit 10K per month. Who doesn't want to hit 10K per month? But he was willing to take a step back, right, and start his own YouTube channel and grow that YouTube channel to now almost like above 700K subscribers within 1 year, by the way. And he did like a multi 5-figure month. He jumped from 5K a month to multi 5-figure. He broke 10K, 20K, 30K, 40K, 50K, per month. And that made me realize like it's like people like, and this is like self realization to me too, like, cause I was like a critique. I wasn't a critique, but more like I look down upon people and and that was the old version of me, to be fair. Like, I still do this a little bit, but like, I'm trying to process it and not look down on people, like, cause I'm trying to become a better person, for the Lord. Amen. But it's just more like, it's okay to take a step back, to take 2 steps forward. Or even take 1 step back and take 10 steps forward. Honestly, this guy went from taking 3 steps back to 20 steps forward, to be fair. And there's nothing wrong with that. And my ego and pride is making me not able to do that because I want to hit 10K per month. Because 10K per month is this legendary number. But then I realized no amount of more money is going to make you happy. Everybody said it, and I understand it now fully because I'm in that position. I'm not saying to be fair, you'd be like, Brandon, you're not 10K per month, shut up, man. Yeah, I know. But, hey, at least going from 1K a month to 5K to 6K a month, or not 6K, debatable, not the point. Going from 1K a month to 5K per month is a huge, that's 5X, bro. That's a lot of money. And like what? I'm making what? What is it? Well, let's see. What is minimum wage? What is the average salary in the U.S.? What is average salary? 5K times 10, 50. Okay, I'm making like the average salary in the U.S. with no college degree, which is crazy. And like, you can call me a brokey. Yes, I know I am a brokey. I am trying out here, brother. This is why I'm being vulnerable. I'm being truthful with you guys. Yeah, it's just like, like I'm grateful for the position I am in, and I get to work with like the leading industry experts. You know, like AMP is such a big channel now. It's a big brand. You know, I'm in Atlanta. Every person here knows what AMP is. It's crazy. Um, so where was I going with that point? It was like I need to drop my ego and pride and take a step back, or even 2 steps back, to take 10 steps forward, right? And it hurts. Like, man, I was editing. So I have filmed a video for my own channel, personal channel. It's not gonna be posted on this channel. I'm posting this video right on because this is more like a documenting journey. I'm kind of documenting the journey. But it's like, dang, I was like editing this video and I was like, I'm not gonna make any money from this, at least as of right now. Like, I'm putting all this effort into this video, and I'm having this perfection mindset too, which is an issue. And so that's why this video has been delayed for like 2 months, and I'm just trolling. I'm like, I realize I need to stop doing this. I need to actually lock in on YouTube and actually treat it like a real job, like a real thing I'm doing, a real business and an empire I'm building. And so I was editing, and I was like, dang, like, because I got offered like 1.7K a video that I could do in a week. It's free 1.7K. And that's, if I do that, like, I literally could hit, yeah, if I did that client, if I worked for the client every week too, while also working for AP, that's literally 10K. Yeah, because the math is like 3-ish K a week, then literally 3 times 12K a month right there. I'm not giving exact numbers just because, you know what I'm saying? You know, like, not trying to, don't pocket watch me. But it's just like, dang, like, I could, like, the time I'm spending on my own video, I could hit a 10K a month right now. And it pains me every time. Because I'm like, ooh, that extra 5K would be great. That extra 5K is nice. I'm not living paycheck to paycheck right now, but it's like, that extra 5K is extra 5K to investments, extra 5K to the Roth IRA. You get what I'm saying? And it's just like, dang, it's hard to take a step. It's hard, bro. It's hard to take a step back to take 2 steps forward. But as the man Rod says, I heard this quote from Rod. He's a streamer. I know, crazy. He said, forcing yourself to take an L to risk yourself to take a W. And I was like, ooh, that is such a bar. I'm forcing myself to take an L right now so I could risk myself a W. That is what I'm doing right now. And I should have no shame in that. And like, man, like, dang, bro. Like, I need to like lock in, bro. So that's the goal. 1 million subs. It's very ambitious, very big. People might clown on me, but who cares, bro? Because they've been clowning on me. Okay. And here's another thing too. Like, I don't, just keep in mind, I made this when I was like 16, I think. So I still like would want some of this over family. But this was a big thing too. Okay, I'm gonna get vulnerable here too. I'm not gonna name drop this person, but I grabbed lunch with this very beautiful girl recently, right? And we have some lore, some deep lore. I'm not gonna drop the lore, but like not deep lore, but there's lore behind it. And like we grabbed food and matcha, and it was a nice time. And I realized like the amount of money right now I'm making is not gonna be enough to to have a family. Like, I was like, man, I would like to take this girl seriously in the future. And like, I need to lock in, bro, if I want to have a family. And like, and when I mean like family, I want 5 kids, by the way. I want 5 kids, and I want each kid to have great parenting and great opportunities and great things. And making freaking 5K a month is not gonna do that. Like, I need to actually lock in for my future family, bro. I need to lock in because, man, I don't want my son or daughter to be like, hey, can I have that toy? And I'd be like, no, I can't, because I can't afford it. Like, that was like the big realization. I was laying in bed. I don't even sleep in a bed right now. This is how hardcore our apartment is. I'm sleeping on the floor right now. I have a bed, but I just choose to sleep on the floor. And I was just sleeping on the floor, and I was like, dang, bro, like, I actually need to like lock in hard. I need to make this work. And if I'm in the same position as 16 or 18, 17-year-old Brandon, just like my back is against the wall. Next year I'm going to be 20 years old. This is crazy. Like, I'm getting old. I need to make this work, bro. I need to make this work. I need to bring at least 100K a month so I can because I did the math. Right, each kid's about 300K. 300K times 5 is math, bro. Oh my gosh. I know this should be easy, simple math, but like, bro, I didn't go to college, so chill on me. 300K. It takes about $300,000 per kid to do times. Now I want 5 kids, right? I'm gonna need at least 1.5 mil in the bank, or at least not in the bank technically, but just be like that's like a metric I need to think about in my head, right? And honestly, I want my kids to be a nepo baby. As crazy as this sounds, like I want to give them great opportunities and stuff. So realistically, let's double the budget. Like just being honest, it's gonna be at 3 mil to have this family, and that's not even including the house I have to buy. That's not even including the extra, like that's not even. Oh no, that's including the extracurriculars and whatever not. But my point, and that's not including if my wife, like I want to be able to sustain her. Like I need to lock in. I need to freaking lock in. I need to make 100K a month and even $1 million a month down the line so that I can have a comfortable family and that I'm able to be there. Unlike my father was, side point. But I want to become the better parent. I want to become the father that I never had. That is my whole goal. That's my whole purpose in life. That's the whole goal in this world. I don't know. I don't think I've shared this public on the internet, but my goal in life it's a calling from God, I believe, is to have a nonprofit foundation where I'm able to help single parent households have a male or female even, but currently a male, but down the line also female role model in their lives, because I understand I was affected by not having a strong male role model in my life, but thankfully I was able to have certain male role models in my life that was able to positively affect me, and now I look back and I see how important it is. Bro, I'm supposed to be a statistic. The statistic, I kind of am the statistic right now, which is kind of funny. It's like, let's see, single mother, what's the statistic of single mother kids of not going to college? It's probably something crazy. Only 28%. That's kind of ironic. I didn't go to college, but yeah, chill. Kids are kids. What does this say? Single mother sons going to, I believe, like prison or jail, something like that. It's like the statistic is a little crazy. But it's like 80% of all prison inmates in the U.S. came from homes headed by single mother. This statistic is crazy. Some cities report as many estimates that a high percent of youth states operate institutes of juvenile detention. Some reports are citing as many 70 to 85% come from fatherless homes. Like this is a big issue in society, and I was able to at least come out on the positive side. I'd argue, I'm hope. Am I quote unquote helping society by making just kids make fun of like AMP? Oh, Riz, Anyways, that's not the point. Besides the point, like that's my big calling in life, bro. That's the big calling in my life. And I'm like, what's the first thing do you think to this planet? Is to become a great role model. It's to lock in on business. It's to work very hard in my 20s to marry young and have a lot of kids and, all that stuff. And, you could argue with me, is that the best role model? I don't care. Okay, I'm following what the Bible was telling me to. And if I mistake in the Bible if I make a mistake in my journey and not following the Bible, what it actually means, please forgive me, the Lord. Lord, forgive me. Besides the point. My whole ramble was just to say, like, dang, I gotta lock in, bro. I need to lock the frick in. I'm about to turn 20. 20 is when the things start moving. 20 is when, like, now you gotta take it, like, seriously. You get what I'm saying? And it's just like, man, I'm so ambitious. I'm so ambitious, and sometimes, bro, my own self-control can't fulfill my potential sometimes, and it hurts me, and that's the biggest thing I'm trying to figure out right now. Now I'm trying to work on is to be even more disciplined. Is to get that hunger like I did when I started this journey. Because I've slightly become complacent, if I'm being honest, bro. Because I'm like, dang, like, why do I gotta work hard? I'm making good money right now. I drink a lot of boba. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fun, but it's like, bro, I need to lock in. I need to find that hunger, bro. Back in when I was fat, I was 15 years old and I was on my weight loss journey, bro. I worked out 2 times a day. I remember, no, hold on, that's a lie. Not 2 times a day, but I remember every time I went to volleyball practice for high school, I would go home and drive home, and also then hit a workout too. I never missed a workout. I don't know if that's a lie, but I barely missed workouts. I was hitting 2 workouts a day some days like I think like during school days, I would eat like straight. Like I was so strict on my diet. I had literally chicken and a rice, and I drink sparkling water with that, and I freaking jizzed. Pause. Wow, what am I saying? Pour all the sriracha sauce over my chicken because it was so dry, but I didn't care because I was locked in on my goals. Same thing when I first started entrepreneurship. I was habit tracking everything. Hold on. I have journals upon journals of me habit tracking everything, and I've lost this habit now. I'm not committed as much, and I want to find that hunger. I want to grab that hunger again. I want that discipline that I had. Bro, I did not care so much where I was freaking meditating in class of 20. I was meditating in class, bro. I didn't care. I had so much hunger for the game. Do you get what I'm saying? I was logged in, bro. I was so locked in, and I'm trying to get this hunger back because now life's comfortable now, you know. I make good money. I work with cool creators, you know what I'm saying? Like my status is this. Like my brain is comfortable, and I want to get out of it, bro. My brain is making me comfortable, and it's making me feel uncomfortable. Like I'm just trying to lock the frick in, bro. And like I just want that hunger again, where I was so disciplined. Like it's crazy like how you would think I'm a very disciplined person. I don't think I'm that disciplined, to be fair. And I want to get to like, but like, dude, 17-year-old Brennan was disciplined. He would go, I remember he would wake up, drink a protein shake because this was me still losing weight. Drink a protein shake, right, in the morning. Then I'd go to school, and during school I would edit videos, right? And then after that I would hit volleyball practice, right? And after volleyball practice I'd hit a workout. And I would try to fit some editing between those. I remember specifically. I remember getting my first client in class. I remember that. I remember opening the Slack the email, and then getting invited to the Slack for this like terrible agency that I was getting paid for $12 a short. But I remember that, and that was like pure dopamine when I got the first payment. Like I want that hunger back. I want the hunger for the game again. You know, and I'm trying to find it in the sense of my calling and for the Lord and for my future kids too, and also my future wife. Like I want to be able to take care of them to the fullest extent, no matter what. And like as AMP says, any means possible, in any means way, I'm gonna make it possible, bro. Through the Lord, of course, and through following the Bible, duh. And so, man, I just yapped. What was my point of this again? Yeah. The goal is 1 million subs, and I want to make sure I get 1 million subs, and with the audience that I like, with making content that I like. And I know that I can't always make content that I'm always going to like, duh. But it's going to be more veered to the content I like, and I want to grow an audience where they like me for me, and then I'm able to build a proper business around that, pulling in at least income wise. I'm thinking like within a year and a half, I'm thinking I could do 50K a month within a year and a half. 50K a month consistently, but you know, the goal is to be 100K per month, and whether I'm not sure what way to do that, but it's to slowly build a strong audience build a strong audience with my channel, right? That's whether to do like a merch drop, like a good merch drop, like a fashion drop actually, or whether that's to sell some hair product. I don't know. I would just assume that like, cause I'm Asian American, I'd have an Asian American audience. So maybe like some hair product, like Asian specific, or like some cool merch that's kind of like more Asian style, you know, yada yada. But like that's like, no, I don't gotta worry about that right now. That's for the future. That's future me to worry about. But the goal is to have 1 million subs, right? Have a real business behind that YouTube channel, bringing in at least 50K a month within 1 year. And by the way, it's within 1 year, but I'm not gonna kill myself, or I'm gonna feel less proud of myself if I don't hit that. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I truly believe in God's timing. Like, you know, you can plan, but God will always steer the boat in a different way. So this is just me speculating, honestly, you know. Like I'm gonna still put in the work I'm gonna still put the work that's going to get me there, but God is gonna steer where that boat goes, where that rowing goes at the end of the day. So yeah. I mean, I didn't hit my 10K per month goal, but who cares, bro? Like I hit my my AMP goal, which is crazy to think about. Like I set this one goal and I was able to do it. Hold on, let's see. if I can find it. And also, I think I've like aged, bro. In the sense like my face, I think got like more like stressed. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I look like a little baby here, and then I like the next. Now I look like an adult. Like where I look stressed out. Uh, yeah, right here. I did get rid of jealousy too. I'm not jealous of people now, and I worked with AMP. That's sick, bro. Like I said, no glaze to myself. There's this idea called the constraint of ladder. So basically, like, it looks good, you know, good of what I want. And I was like, what? Um. So yeah, and also like I made this like little ChatGPT AI generated thing. But you know something I realized through this the biggest thing that changed everything for me. Number one, there's actually two things. I lied. Number one is to trust in the Lord. Really just pray and like focus on Him. At the end of the day, God is everything. You know, and I mean Jesus. I'm not gonna be like vague and be like, oh God, I mean Jesus Christ. You know, the Romans 8 said, this is one of my favorite Bible verses. Let's see. Romans 8:18. I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. Bro, just trust in the Lord, bro. The suffering you're going through right now is nothing compared to what the Lord has prepared for you. You know, God is always working. And I remember I heard the sermon from freaking the sermon I went recently at Passion Church, the mega church, I know. Controversial. Besides the point. He said, God is working every single day. And I was like, okay, duh, like, we know that, bro. God is working all the time. Like, hello? But he was like saying, it's like, bro, He's moving in ways that you don't know right now. And sometimes it feels like it, that He's not moving. He's not making your plays play. Do you get what I'm saying? And it hurts, you know? But it's like, you really have to remember that God is really moving. Like, you got to think in the moment. Like, you have to be in the moment and just be like, thinking, okay, is there a way maybe God is moving in somehow? Like, God, I know God is moving, but like, I want to, like, maybe God is moving this way. Maybe it's me, I don't know, going to the airport, let's say, hypothetically, and the taxi driver, there's a reason why I'm in this taxi driver's car. God's moving this way because He's making me make this one video, and like, I'm making it, like, well, like, I'm yapping, but it's just like God is always working, and you just have to trust in Him, and that's the hardest part, honestly. But yeah, and like another thing, this is something I learned. I hope this helps. I'm just straight yapping. Honestly, I don't even care what I'm like about what people will think. It is okay to feel anxious. It's okay to feel stressed. It's okay to feel sad, but it's what you do after that matters, right? So it's more like, hey, you're going through a hard time, but the Lord says, be joyful, right? You can feel the stress and the anxiety and say, God, take the stress and anxiety away from me, right? Because you can't stop a feeling. If I tell you to don't think about a red elephant, you're gonna think about a red elephant. It's like you can feel it, but then it's what you do after. It's what you take action on. Like, Lord, I know I feel terrible right now. I feel stressed out, but because you tell me to be joyful, I'm gonna try my best to be joyful, and I'm gonna do the next best thing I can do. It's the next best chess move I can make, right? And that put a lot of peace in my heart, in the sense that, because I personally thought like, oh, I'd pray these prayers of like, oh Lord, like, take this anxiety away, take this stress away from me. I feel very anxious, you know, because the Bible says, you know, cast your anxieties onto Him. And it'd be like, I cast my anxieties onto Him, and then I still feel anxious, right? I'm like, what the frick? Like, Lord, am I sinning? And it brought me a lot of peace that that's not sinning technically. It's just what you do after, you know. That's the main point. So yeah, let's go through new Brandon 100K per month Brandon. The second thing that actually changed everything was this. When I started reading my affirmations, I swear that really changed everything. And I know people will go through this conversation of like, bruh, just do the work. Affirmations don't work. Okay, good for you. If affirmations don't work for you, great. That means you actually are healthy. You're a normal, healthy human being who can get work done. I have a lot of self-crippling doubt. I grew up as a single mother. I'm not trying to victimize myself, but man, that comes with a lot. Like not being confident in myself. I didn't have a role model to follow. I got bullied a lot as an Asian kid. Like, oh, you have small eyes, you have a small pee. All this stuff. I have a lot of confidence issues, and I feel more confident now, but I still have a lot of confidence issues and self-doubt. And once I started reading my affirmation, it helps you to remind yourself the type of man you're trying to become and what you have done. And this includes with this alchemy of self. I need to actually add this in. This is going to be my accountability to add the alchemy of self into part of this as my routine. I've been kind of consistent, but a little inconsistent right now. So, nope. What? Okay. How you gonna tell me the file is not working? I'm gonna add this in, yeah. Okay, but besides the point, let's get into it. Focus. The medieval, and part of this is from Danny's course, old course I took. So, if you know, you know. Alchemy. Now, the medieval forerunner of chemistry, concerned with the transmutation of matter and particulates with attempts to convert base metals into gold. You need to achieve self-mastery first before you try to achieve anything with business. This is kind of ironic. This whole room is a mess right now. Chill on me. That's not me. I'm making an excuse, but I'm taking accountability on the excuse. So, yeah. Character traits of 100K per month, Brandon. Consistent. Brandon is consistent. He wakes up 7 a.m. every day and makes sure he's back in bed by 10 p.m. I'm working on this right now. Okay, chill. I've been able to wake up at 8 a.m. consistently. It's not like 10 p.m. That was bad. So we're going to bring it down. Peaceful, content. Brandon is at peace with himself. Everything in his life is clean, room, car, office. He meditates and has low anxiety because he understands it's a matter of when rather than if. He understands God has a plan for him and he fully trusts him. Charismatic. Brandon is always social and trying to have people around him enjoy their time with him. Charitable. Brandon is charitable. He tithes every month cheerfully and thinks about helping others in need. Grit. Brandon has grit no matter the situation. He has so much passion in improving every day and knows it's a matter of when and not if. Long-term thinker. Brandon always thinks about the long-term outcome and sacrifices a shorter gain for the longer-term gain. Present. Brandon is present. He understands that achieving his goal will not change his life. He can change his life right now and gain what he truly wants now. After gaining these traits, he will then hit his goals. I want to add one more thing. Brandon serves people in his community and helps because he wants to have the fruit of this, because he wants to please the Lord in his acts of servitude. Context. This is a big thing. I forgot to write this down. This is a big thing I've been working on, where me and my pastor sat down and we realized, he made me realize that my life is very selfish. In the sense of I do everything for me. I wake up to make money for me. My future family, duh. But I wake up and I work to do things for me. Everything I do is for me. I didn't volunteer as much as I thought. I barely volunteer. I tithe consistently. Yes, duh. Tithing is great. Tithing is for the Lord. But it's just I don't serve the others. I don't really serve others with my time. And I can get into this bad entrepreneurship mindset where it's no, but time is everything and you need to put your time in. That's very good. There's a certain extent of it, but I don't think it's wasting time if you're serving others for the Lord, right? And so this is a big thing I'm working on right now. Is just spending more time serving others. I personally joined a group, like the social media thing for a church, to serve and help the church people out with that, and use the skills that the Lord has graciously given me to help others and serve others. So that's a big thing I'm trying to work on right now and have that as a fruit of the Spirit, because I want to be that Christian where someone can look at me and be like, wow, he's very sanctified. He's very, you can tell he has fruits of the Spirit. If you're a Christian, you know. The Brandon Manifesto. Brandon is a 100K per month entrepreneur creator. He loves making videos and brings in millions of views working with brands and even work on his own product to monetize. He is in no rush. He understands he is on God's timing and plan, so he has no anxiety. He understands hitting his goal a matter of when, not if. He is super present and has already a fulfilling life. He understands that hitting his goals won't be fulfilling, but it's about being content right now. He works very hard, unlike anybody else, and he enjoys working at the same time. He understands that even though he doesn't see the tangible progress right now, he is building a skill that will pay tenfold in the future. He lives in an apartment in Atlanta with his creator friend Churro. Context, I need to change this actually. I'm going to just say with his friend Churro. There's a 2-bedroom and an office in the apartment. This is the office right now we're in. Also, he wears pretty neutral color clothes and has a solid taste in fashion. He has a nice community around him that lead him closer to God. He makes time for God in his daily routine. He tithes consistently and diligently. Even when he's making 100K per month, he tithes 10K because he understands God has put him in a blessed position. It was all God, and he can take it away any moment. He humbles himself under God and serves his community, whether that's volunteering or donations. He is financially smart, putting his large blessing into assets that will bring tenfold back for his future family. He is emotionally available and has done all the healing that is required to be in a healthy relationship for the Lord. Romans 8:18, I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. You can only connect the dots looking backwards. Big thing I learned from the GOAT, Steve Jobs. I've been reading his biography or autobiography or whatever the difference is. Very, very smart dude. And to build something big, this guy has made me realize like you have to think very differently and you have to have multidisciplinary learning. And that what fancy word to be like, oh, just take things from other disciplines, whether that's art, whether that's content, whether that's business analytics, whether that's like freaking accounting. You need to take different disciplines from take different things from different disciplines. TLDR. So yeah, and also I had one more Bible verse that I updated on my because I don't have I'm not gonna pay for the iCloud thing for notes because I'm a cheap brokey. There was a Bible study that I added because I really liked it and it helps me remind me the person I'm trying to become. It's actually not from a song, but a song used the Bible verse in it. Let's find it. Where's my... Oh, I thought I put it. But it's the Bible verse... hold on. It's Isaiah 5:54-17. No weapon that is formed against me shall prosper. It was in a book. It was in a song, No Weapons by David and Jim Legacy. And it reminded me about, because the Bible verse, the song really talks about this Bible verse. But I just really like it because it just reminded me how, you have God's power. Like, you can, if you call into the Lord's name, God is literally the one who moved the ocean apart. He split the seas. He moved the mountains. He created this world. You don't think he can help you beat your temptations and make you a better person or help you make more money? You get what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, let's seek for the Lord, bro. Like, he got us, bro. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue which rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and the righteous is for me, says the Lord. There's a couple different versions. This is very King Jamesy, yeah. ESV? Let's see what ESV UK. What the frick? UK. Okay. No weapon that's fashioned against you shall succeed. And you shall confute every tongue that rises against you in judgment. This is the heritage. There's a lot of different funny. Easy English, that's what it's saying. But nobody can make a weapon that will beat you and your enemies attack you. Yeah. Sidetrack. We're getting sidetracked. So yeah, that's about it, honestly. I feel like this was just me yapping and kind of putting all my thoughts out there and what I've been through recently. So yeah, we'll see how 2026 goes. 2025 ended very well, in my opinion, or is going to end very well very soon. I pray that the Lord is able to push me a lot and I'm able to grow the next year and build a sustaining, fulfilling business for me, for the Lord, honestly, and also for my future kids and spouse, so that I'm able to support them and they don't have to worry about a single thing. Because, growing up as a single mother household, I've seen my mom struggle so much, and I do not want that. And that's not to diss my mom. That's just to be like, oh, like I wouldn't want to have my kids see me struggle, basically, financially, at least financially. I pray that whoever's watching this, you sat through 40 minutes of me yapping. Yeah, wow, I was just yapping. This is only 20 minutes. I pray that whoever's watching this, that you are able to, I hope, get something from this or learn something from this, and then also have a great 2026. And hopefully you had a great 2025. But if not, you know what? It's okay. You can only change the present, not the past, and not even the future. You can only change the present. So I hope that 2026 goes well for you. So yeah, and also, Jesus loves you, man. And like I said, Isaiah 54:17 and Romans 8:18. I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. No weapons formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue which rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. This is the heritage, blah, blah, blah. That's not too important. So, or it says the Lord. That's the very important part. It says the Lord. Yeah. Alrighty. Good night. Have a good day. Peace. That's the wrap of the video. Yeah. Sigma.